This is Evan at the Genzio Media House. Today I'm joined by Zoltan, co-owner of SunMoney. Zoltan, thank you so much for joining us today.
Hello, Evan. How are you doing?
Doing well. It's lovely to be in Paris.
It is.
When did you guys land?
We landed actually 45 minutes ago. So it's
Okay.
we are
Sure.
coming from Charles de Gaulle, so Charles de Gaulle Airport, and it's I'm just mesmerized by this place, this setting.
Sure.
Great setting for an interview.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of history all over Paris, right? So why don't you kind of kick this off? Just tell us who you are, what does SunMoney do, and what brings you out to Paris?
So SunMoney Solar Group is celebrated its 10th anniversary last year, and what we do is we build or buy solar power plants, and we let people to buy in to those solar power plants, and we maintain and support these parks for them, and we sell the electricity, and they get the revenues every month. So that was our original business model, and which is going on for 11 years now, and in 2022, we started a pilot to tokenize solar power plants and sell them on blockchain. And it was very successful, a pilot. And since then, we had another round of it. And now we are in phase 3 of the SDBN tokens. And it's taking over our business model, actually.
Sure.
So this is now a huge priority, very convenient, very transparent way. So to do what we have done in the fiat world, so we love it, and we are here. Actually, we are starting SDBN 3. So Paris Blockchain Week is kind of like the kickoff for our third phase sales of this round of tokenized assets and money-making tokenized assets. So we are based in Dubai, the group, and we have entities in Europe and in Asia. And we became, last year, we were chosen Web3 Company of the Year in Dubai by Entrepreneur magazine.
Wow.
So that was quite a big thing for us, because we are only in this for like 2 years.
Sure.
And but we see we have a huge vision for next decade that we're going to take renewable energy investments to blockchain and make it accessible for people. We have clients, like over 50,000 clients from 60 countries in the world. And we think that there is a huge opportunity and momentum for blockchain and these kind of things. And it's I have to tell you, like, it's way easier to get people on the board of renewable energy and saving the world.
Right.
And our slogan is "Make money, save the planet." So
Sure.
that's the two things are due. Also, we have a huge social footprint in terms of environment protection, and so when we say make money, save the planet, we really just not blowing air out of our mouth. We do a lot of things. We have a school program. We're taking like elementary school kids to solar power plants. I'm a huge advocate for the fight against climate change. I'm also a climate ambassador for the EU, and so we have charities and all that. We think it's a package. Like, we are all ex-corporate guys. We had our careers already. We are, in the last 11 years, we have been doing something which is actually good for the world. Right. And we build a community, and we have a huge community around us, like a big follower base. Also, our client base is very strong, and we want to extend that to other countries, and we want to offer the same on blockchain. And but in a nutshell, that's it. That's
Sure.
what we do.
Awesome. I mean, that's amazing, right? And I think you guys have taken the correct approach, and you have caught the wave of the whole RWA narrative quite well, right? And maybe that's a coincidence, but I think that's an excellent move, excellent timing as well. In a lot of these RWA projects that we've seen popping up, right, like real world assets, they are thinking about the money first and the actual real world part second, right? And we've seen the same thing with gaming in Web3. Oftentimes Web3, it's money first, product later, right? But you guys are coming at this with the approach of a business model that's been proven over the past 11 years. And here's Web3 offering you a truly vital technology to enhance your offering. So I think that's amazing.
I think we sometimes we are kind of touring around the world at expos, and we see that we are still very unique. Like, who are these old guys?
Sure.
You know? But this is how it is.
Right.
But it's it's we are overwhelmingly popular at these expos because I think everybody's looking for somebody who has done it before,
Sure.
And somebody who has some gravitas and already financial and business success. And we are very approachable as a company too. And also we are thinking very long term, which is rare.
Sure.
There are very good ideas on blockchain, but sometimes you can see that this was like a very sudden idea, and it doesn't have the road, that future or that vision behind it. And one other thing is that we are not just tokenizing solar power plants. We invested in a zero-emission tire recycling solution, and we built the prototypes. It's a huge problem in the world,
Sure.
And we can actually make raw material without emissions from very, very valuable raw material out of tires, any kind of tires, and we are tokenizing that, and we have actually tokenized that, and we gave it as bonus tokens for free for the second phase buyers.
Okay,
and
sure.
And we are continuing to do that. So we are now in the third phase. We are tokenizing more of those recycling machines, which is even more unique on the market than solar power plants. We were actually the first to do this with solar power plants, and then, of course, now there are some other players in this, but it's very straightforward thing to do. But we are trying to mix it in that it becomes like for SDBN, we are planning 10 phases. And we want to, like, when we get to like the later phases, we want a whole package of things packed in it that people buy into a portfolio of green investments. And I think that's, as we see for a younger generation, it's very important that it's green. Certainly. It's way more important than for the older generations. And they see it as that they make money from something good is better than they make money from something which is bad for the world. And they are thinking about their future. So that's why we want to make a very like sexy package for them, that when they invest, it doesn't really matter anymore if it's solar or recycling. It's going to be a whole package of things which are good for the world. And that's sort of long-term plan.
Yeah, that's amazing. I'm curious, what was maybe it was something that happened, maybe it was someone on your team was looking into Web3. What was that moment when you guys started to really take Web3 technology seriously and look at how it could enhance your guys' business?
We actually looked at it very closely at the ICO boom.
Okay.
But it was chaotic. And we didn't want to end up among those projects because they were very dodgy projects, and see what happened with them. And like all these coins popping up, so it was a bit of a chaos on the market. So, but we had the blockchain on our horizon always, and we were looking at that direction. And then actually Peter, the other owner who is responsible for sales and our community, he came up with the idea that let's start to do it now. This is the right time. And actually he was right. And the pilot was so quickly and so like it was, the pilot was like started in a rush.
Sure.
And we wanted to know. And then it sold out so quickly that we saw that this is a real opportunity. So we went back to the drawing table, a bit of planning for phase 2, tech. We had to like pick up, a whole new technology, integrate, and a new kind of suppliers and all that. So we got a team around us for that, a separate team. And we saw that it's a different story in social, like starting, like you have Instagram, YouTube, you have Facebook for an older generation. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings,
Sure.
but it's demo. So and I think the hardest challenge for us was to build up to talk to this whole new client base, because
Sure.
it's Discord, it's a whole new story. And when like my age, I go to Discord, what the heck is happening here? Like, this is a whole new thing.
Yeah.
Like, they are doing everything on Discord, and it's like a whole like world. It's not like not like Instagram,
Yeah.
nothing linear. It's very it first seems very unapproachable, but then you realize that you just need to get the right moderators for
Sure.
it. So we started Telegram channels and Discord, and started separate Insta for SDBN, also Facebook. But it's a very different approach. And I'm coming from marketing and communication, and it was hell. Like, it was hell to understand the dynamics. But I think we got a grip on it now, and but I think that was the most challenging in what we do, how to communicate it. And then we started to, of course, go to these expos, which you get a lot of hits at these expos. And so the community is building, who is looking at you, what's your next move?
Right.
Because there are some cautious people. But we see that people approach us very differently, because we are not on exchanges. This is a steady token, a steady price token.
Sure, okay.
And the token is like a share. You get your money on the token in USDT. So people approach us very differently. It's not like I buy in because maybe it's going to be, billions. And we are not like a cartoon character coin. And people approach us cautiously, but they make their research, but then buy in big. And that's what we see from our per person, a basket price, basket value, and I think that's what we had to understand first, that we should not get in any ways to tokens which are on exchanges, and that doesn't mean that we are not going to have a secondary market at a later phase, but it's something which is more like a regular investment, buying shares in the normal world, which is not blockchain. Though I'm pretty sure that blockchain is going to be the normal world.
Right. Eventually.
Eventually.
And it's going to take the companies like yourselves to integrate for that, to really happen. So I think that's amazing, hearing what you guys are doing. Maybe you can touch a bit on how exactly the Web3 integration works. You're talking about this token, or it's like buying shares. How exactly does that work for the end user?
It's basically there is it's a price per token approach, very low price for one token. Like current phase is 1.5 US cents, US dollar cents, and you go up, you do your research, and then you buy in. And then that token is held. You need MetaMask and all that.
Sure.
You basically hold your token, and then you get the USDT payouts on the token. So it really works like a share. And we're very cautious with the smart contract to be built in a way that if you lose it, we can gain it back, or burn it and give it to you again.
Sure.
So of course we are in a regulated environment with SDBN. The company is in Dubai in the MCC zone, which is now has a crypto zone, and there is a regulator and authority, VARA. It's a regulated zone, so we need to, do the KYCs. So it's really not the ICO chaos of, and I don't even think that those people who want to hide from are real clients. I think the people who think of it as a tool, as a vessel for their investment that do it on blockchain are real clients. So we are very cautious about, going step by step. We are looking at the MiCA, the European regulation. US is a bit different. We are not currently in the US, but there is always a huge regulation gap between Europe and the US. Certainly. It's SEC is a bit, their approach is very different. So as we see MiCA, the MiCA, the European Union Crypto Law or Virtual Asset Law will be very close to what we have now in Dubai, in the UAE. So we're trying to, do everything what we can legally to provide a safer environment, as we provide a safer environment in the fiat world for our clients. But we needed to introduce all these, KYCs, and we needed to change the smart contract because of the regulators that it was good for them. Actually, we scored very high on the audit, but it took a lot of work.
Certainly. Yeah. No, I mean, I think that's an amazing approach, right? Definitely shows you guys' long-term vision. I'm curious, is there anything else you would like to touch on? I mean, it sounds like what you guys are up to is amazing, and I'm sure that, all the viewers can agree with that, right? Over a decade of proven business model, really integrating Web3 because of the value that it provides to your business. Is there anything else that you'd like to share?
Yes, I think what is different about us, that we think about a community, and you can actually help us to build that community, and we reward you, and we reward you with real money, basically. So this is not like giving you some coin, which at some day will be value. This is a whole new approach in terms of building a community, and I think it's very important that we're making a team around us, a team human for this planet. So it's not just you make money, it's really about, for us, is to do good for the planet and join us, not just in making money, but join us in that too, that we can actually make, even step by step, one by one, people more conscious of what's happening in the world. And I think a lot of people forget that and make the mistake to think that climate change is not that big, it's not going to come. But the problem is that, and make no mistake, this planet Earth will survive. The only question is if it survives with or without us. Right. And we want to give a definitive answer to that with us, Team Human, and we need to unite. But motivation for people in a lot of ways in the 21st century is money, because you have to make money, because this whole societies are built on money. And I think it's very important that if we can make this and scale up, then this is going to be big money, and big money controls the world. So the attitude of big money controls the world. And one thing we are trying to do is to change the direction of the flow of that big money.
Okay, sure.
And that people turn to companies like us rather than turning to a very, dodgy insurance portfolio investment, which can go down in a sack if something happens. So that's our goal, and we are very excited about engaging with our potential team members at Paris Blockchain Week this week. So just come to us at booth 56, visit us, and let's talk, let's chat, join us.
Amazing. Yeah, it's definitely a stark difference, the approach and messaging that you have to use in Web3 versus Web2. But it sounds like, you guys are locking that down. I'm sure our team will definitely come see you guys at your booth.
Amazing.
Look forward to that. It's been a pleasure having you on this podcast. What you guys are doing is clearly amazing, right? And very unique. And I think that's what a lot of people look for in crypto is the actual integration because of the value that's provided with the technology, right?
Yes.
Not the cartoon coins, not any of that stuff. So yeah, again, amazing what you guys are doing. Thank you so much for coming on, and we'll see you soon, I'm sure.
Thanks, Ivan. It was great to be here.
Sure.
And have a great week at
Yeah.
Paris Blockchain Week.
We'll do.
Thank you
as well.
for the invitation.
Sure.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.